We're all dead anyway. We're gonna freestyle for y'all. I know y'all been missing that heat. Y'all cold.
What?
I know summertime, but goddamn, it's cold out. You know. Need some love, some hugs. Stay away from the bugs.
What's your rap name?
My rap name is Young Busy. Cause I get busy. I stay busy on the weekends all the time. I schedule school, and I'm not a fool. I'm just cool. I use my tools like I do because I rule. Every day at school, I walk past the same people. They know my name. It never changes. It stays the same.
Mm-hmm.
I don't play games. Pass.
Hey, let the beat catch. Hey, let the beat catch.
What?
Hey. This is a long break, but I'ma jump in anyway. I missed it.
Wow.
I'm not a rapper. All right.
Okay.
Bet. Sid Vicious. I'm malicious. Come get your dog or do my dishes.
Woo.
That's all you need. That's all you need.
Right,
I mean, that's all you need.
Sponsored by Dawn Soap Detergent.
We're not sponsored by Dawn Soap Detergent. Don't let him lie to you.
Today,
No, man.
we're going to be talking about cheating.
Just like I did on this beat, because I definitely didn't freestyle. It was trash.
Left them feeling some time.
I wasn't expecting you to go that long. I thought we was each going to do like 2 bars.
I did.
That was more than 2 bars. That was like 4.
You know what a bar is.
I do know what a bar is. That's how I know it was 4.
I forgot.
Maybe I forgot.
You used to know what a bar is in the orchestra class.
Anyway. Oh, yeah. By the way, that's a good side story. That's how we met. We met in 7th grade in orchestra class. We both played the violin.
Yeah, it was 7th grade. Okay.
I was surprised you still had it. I seen it downstairs in your little storage thing.
It's not the same one, of course. Yeah,
it's not?
I thought I had the same one.
I don't know. I didn't buy another one. I always had the same one. I didn't know you were supposed to swap it out.
Mm-hmm.
Also, he was pretty good at it. I kind of faked it the whole time until like 9th grade, which was when I actually learned how to play it. And stopped like faking like I was, what's the name? Stroking the strings or whatever you call it. What do you call it again? See?
Strumming?
That's not even
bowing?
Bowing. Is that what it is? See? It's proof that I don't know what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. But anyway, yeah.
We're going to be talking about cheating today.
Cheaters, what are they? Why do they do it?
Absolutely.
Who do they do it with?
Absolutely.
Do you beat their ass or do you forgive them?
Absolutely.
Those are the things we need to know. We're breaking it down right here.
Mm-hmm. You ever been cheating on? Or have you ever cheated on anybody?
Technically, I never cheated on anybody because we weren't technically dating.
Without the technicality.
If without the technicality, then yes. But
so what are the technicalities?
For me, my technicality was I was with an older person while I was 17 and he was in his 20s. He wasn't like 28. He was like 22-ish. Yeah, he was like 22. I think he was going into graduate school. So don't you're supposed to say it.
Nobody know Corey.
They might. But anyway, so you're gonna have to bleep that out later because he's gonna be sad. But anyway, so pretty much it was my first year in college. And you know, freshman year, you trying to get wild, you trying to do you. And it wasn't my intention to quote unquote cheat, but that's what happened. I didn't.
Was it Jungle Juice?
It wasn't Jungle Juice. Actually,
That's
it was. No, it wasn't. I had never been like a drinker in high school. I didn't really do the rebellious stuff. So it was my first time like out drinking. And that was my first time smoking weed too. So I was kind of like, whoa, what's happening here? Mm-hmm. And then one thing led to another. We didn't sleep together, but, you know, we did everything except that. And, yeah, I felt like trash after it. Like, I felt so bad. Even though technically he wasn't my boyfriend, I felt bad just knowing that I was supposed to be in relation with this person, and I still did what I did.
Saving yourself from marriage?
I actually tried to do that in college. I made it till, how was I? 18. I made it till 18 years old. I'm glad I did it. I would do it again. But yeah. But no, I've never been cheated on, but technically I did cheat one time. So what about you?
So technically for me too, like I don't even count it as dating at that point. But there's this one chick in high school. We'll call her Tasha. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Tasha.
How come you get to use fake names, but you just put mine on blast?
Why didn't you just act like it was a fake name? Why didn't you do that?
Because it's not. But go ahead. You already put it out there.
Hand skills are trash.
No.
Yeah, Tasha. She like cheated on me with her ex the day of or the night after we were almost about to have sex the first time with each other. But then we got interrupted. I had to go home. I mean, it didn't really suck. I was kind of mature about it. Like my who told me?
They told you that she cheated.
No, Tasha told my friend Chris that she cheated on me, and Chris told me because he's a real one. He was like, "Hey man, I just gotta tell you something." I was like, "Hey, what is it?" He's like, "Oh, Victoria told me that she cheated on you with blank blank." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And
Wait, where did Victoria
I
come
was like,
from?
"Oh, yeah, that's a real name. Yeah, that's a real
You
name.
might as well said it from the beginning.
But yeah, that's a real name." But it was cool. I just told her like, "Hey, it's whatever." Like, do you? I guess. Like, we kind of kept dating afterwards. We still never had sex with each other, which is fine because at that point I was like,
Were you uninterested at that
I don't know.
point?
I was like sexually immature. I guess I wasn't really concerned about it. I was like, oh, I guess
You're the only guy
I
I
was
think I've
fine
ever heard
jacking
say
off. I
that.
guess I was fine with myself.
A lot of information, but okay. Oh, that's a good question though. Do you think, like, if you know one of your friends is getting cheated on or cheating, do you think you should tell the other person every time? Like, in all situations?
Mm, if they're like about to walk out into the fucking church hall or whatever and get married right in front of everybody, I'm not gonna tell them no.
I would think that's the most. I don't know. It's
So
hard
many
to
movies
say.
about that too. It's just like, what?
Like, what would you want to know? Like, if you were getting cheated on,
I
like
think
you're about to marry
so.
somebody,
Yeah, I think so.
even if it's like you're getting married, like right now.
I think so. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, just because like I can handle it. I don't know. I never like loved nobody though, so I can't imagine the heartbreak aspect of it.
Oh, that's what it is. I think maybe once
Can't
you
imagine.
cross that threshold, it's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
For now, yeah, I would definitely want to know. What about you?
Um,
Like, what's the benefit of having it kept secret? Besides,
like
like,
if it
not no.
was the only thing I could think of is if it's really like honestly, truly a fuck up. Like, not that you are having an affair with somebody, not that
So,
it's
like,
her
your
brother
version
or
of
her
a fuck
best
up
friend
is
or
just like
anything.
getting hammered and then just having a one night stand. That's it.
Pretty much, I think that's the only like maybe excuse because like you're physically impaired and you know your person, the person you're with. If you know deep down that they're a good person, then maybe y'all can fix it and do this and that. But other than that, fuck it, just let them go. That's what I say.
I
But
guess.
what I want to know, I would have to know in every situation. But ooh, that's another thing though. If I was with somebody and they cheated on me and they knew like it was a mistake, like I said before,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you can't tell me that because I'm never gonna forgive you for it. Like,
Why not?
because like it's just one of those things. It's like I can't get around that.
Mm-hmm.
Like for me, relationship is very like personal, very not possessive thing. But I'm a very territorial person. So in my mind, it's like you belong to them now because you gave them the same thing I had. So
Mm-hmm.
you know, I don't want you anymore. You might as well stay with them because I'm never gonna be able to forgive that.
We'll just feel like everything was alive prior to that moment. Like,
No, not necessarily. I mean, I think people make mistakes, of course. Doesn't mean you don't care for me or have feelings for me, but at the same time, you still got to control yourself because,
well,
I mean, I'm still here. So it's not like you can just be like, oh, I fucked up this one time. Just take me back. Like, no. I mean, what's done is done.
I think it happens a little too often that like people want casual sex, but they will not express that, and they'll just end up being in a relationship with somebody, and either the sex is so good or the relationship is so good, they just don't want to tell them the truth. Like, hey, actually, to be like a free agent.
So they want to have sex with the person, but in order to get it, the other person wants a relationship.
Yeah,
So they
exactly.
just
I
like,
think that happens
okay,
a lot.
but they just want to
Yes.
fuck. Yeah, that's one thing. Don't do that. Like, have an open, honest conversation before you date somebody. Like, just don't fake, don't beat around the bush. Just say, I want to fuck other people, but I like you. And then go from there and just see what happens.
If you're feeling casual sex,
I think it's very strange. I don't like it at all. It's like a foreign object inside your body. It's just like, It's just weird to me. It's like the equivalent of sticking like a lampshade up there. It's just like, why are you in there? I don't know you.
Do
I don't
you
know
like
what this
understand the
process
concept that
is.
two people be on the same page and just like having an attraction toward each other?
Of course, I understand the attraction part, but I think like just meeting you and
And
like
then just like
let's
having
get to
sex.
the most intimate part, like as far as we can go, let's just do it right now.
You don't
That's
get
like
that?
hell no. I don't understand how people do it honestly, because to me, sex is like not just sex; it's a soul tie with that person. Like some of
Yeah.
your energy is transferred between each other. So
Right.
if I don't know you, there's like, why am I why am I doing this?
Okay.
It's very strange.
Guess so. I don't like hyper normalized casual sex. Like if everybody's just fucking every day type shit. Just to do it. I don't even really know the person.
Isn't that what casual sex is?
Yeah, but I don't like hyper like just let's say everyone had a Tinder and everybody was just fucking each other. It was just like, okay, I'm fucking this person, no, I'm not. Now I need to like, feel this void with this person now, feel this void with that person now. I think that's what like casual sex is into. Doing
That's
it a
it.
lot.
Really seems like that's what happens. That's what's happening now. Honestly,
Think so?
Tinder's not even for dating anymore. It's like I think it's
It
an
definitely
unspoken
is,
rule that
but
it's like, all right, if you're on here, you're trying to get some dick.
it's definitely like mainstream wise, a little more popular as like a hookup medium, but actual way to find love or just kind of romantic connection is still there.
I guess I've never met anybody who has been like, oh, let's
We're in
go
our
on
early
Tinder
20s.
to.
We're in our early 20s.
Yeah, but still, there has to be one case of it somewhere. I've never heard it.
That's
It's
fine.
never on Tinder. It's usually like,
Sure, you can
you
check
have to know the
fucking
person
Instagram and Twitter is
before.
YouTube, all over.
No.
I don't know, casual sex. It's cool though. Like I had my first hookup like about a month ago. It's pretty awesome. Like, we were both just on the same page. I don't know. There's nothing wrong with it. We were just
I
like,
don't.
all right, like, fuck it.
That's another thing I don't understand. Like the physicality of it, like like actually doing it part.
Mm.
To me, it's like I don't know you, so you don't know what I like, and I don't know you, so I don't know what you like. So this whole situation
Yeah,
is
we can
kind
get
of
to
gonna
that.
be.
Sex of it, we can get to that. Like actual sex,
Uh,
sex conversation of it.
I guess to me, it seems like more of a class than actually enjoying
Class.
the casual part. Because I feel like the casual part is supposed to make it fun. Like, ooh, I don't know him. Let's see how this turns out. Blah blah
Okay.
blah. But in my head, I honestly don't see that going over as well as people make it seem. Because
Mm.
there's no way that I'm just gonna meet a random dude off the street and he just knows exactly what to do to me. Like,
Okay,
of
so
course
like
not.
here's my side, like the example of my experience, whatever.
Uh-huh.
I was just at a bar after some dude's Memorial Day cookout. We went out to the bar. And I was just chilling, just drinking, sitting there, just looking at
Drinking,
people.
taking shots, fucking it up. You know what I'm saying?
And then these three girls came up, um, like right next to me, and just came up and just like ordered shots of tequila and like something called Dirty
Oh
Sprite.
my god, yeah. You know what dirty sprite is? Why you say something
Something
called
called
a
Dirty
dirty
Sprite.
sprite?
I can't say something.
If you don't
called
know what dirty sprite is, Google it.
It's a drink
Change your
called
life.
Dirty Sprite. Um, no, I started talking to all three of them, just like asking, "Yo, where I'm from?" Blah blah blah, just like talking to them. And then eventually, I was like, "Hey, yeah, let's all just like take shots of tequila and go play some pool." I got us all shots. We played some pool, and the one girl who I ended up hooking up with, she was cute. She was honestly cute. I think that's why I was like into her. And it's that night I was just like, you know what, fuck it, let me just see what this goes. Like, I'm just not gonna care tonight.
A chance to do
I
that?
never get like, I never get like a hookup. I never had a hookup. Like I've met, I only had like 3 sex partners, including her, so like 2 others. So I've never had like a just fucking let's just see where this goes.
Train of women.
A train of women. Okay.
Nah, that's what
I
I
love
always
it.
call them.
I love it. But
Anyway.
anyway, well, like we were all there by the time the bar ended. We drove to my place to get weed. Then we went to her place. She rolled, and when I got into the house, she was like sitting on my lap. She was wearing these like small ass shorts and some little crop top, whatever. So I was like filling her up and shit. She was letting me, and she was like sitting there just talking to her
Really
friend and
graphic.
shit.
Okay.
Every time her friend would like, I don't know, turn her back and get up and go somewhere for a second, like she just start grinding on me. I just like hold her and just like
This
press it
is
down harder and shit like that.
getting a whole very
Just getting like intimate. I was like, you know what, fuck it. Like she wants to play games. Like I'll fucking play games too. Like you don't just sit on a dude's lap and just think it's casual. Like that's one of those things where you know a girl's like testing you.
well, definitely, yeah.
Definitely. So I was just like, okay, you want to play games? I will definitely be a fucking participant.
Okay.
Fucking win. Um, yeah. After her friend left, we just got down with it. She went in her room, got undressed. I saw her, went in the room.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, I wonder how graphic you're about to get
I'm
in the
not gonna.
story.
I'm
I
not
was
gonna.
like, I was about to jump in and
I
be
get
like,
as graphic
okay.
as I want.
I
Honestly.
mean, let's not though. I don't think everybody needs to hear that.
Well, yeah, in that example, it's just like I don't know. It's kind of fun and exciting. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about casual sex, but that experience it was very fun and exciting. That's all I can really just say.
I don't know. To me, it's like something about it is so alien to me. It's just like
Is it wrong?
not even necessarily wrong because I feel like if you really feel attraction for somebody, then some things can happen and these people could end up together. No, who's to say? But my thing is just like I always use this analogy. If I was to walk down the street and there was just some dude just following me, staring me up and down, I'd be like, get away from me.
Right.
That's a stranger. But at the same time, you're going to invite a stranger into your body and you just met them. That's like, why? That's very not okay. To me, it feels unnatural. That's the word I'm looking for. Unnatural. Because sex is at its core a very intimate, very personal, very private thing. So it's kind of hard to share that and have that feeling with a stranger. At least for me. I don't
really
understand.
Sexually liberated society now, more than ever. I think so, more than ever.
It's forced though. It's not like it didn't come about naturally. It's just it was shoved down everybody's throat to where it's like, oh, it's sex all the time. Get it how you can. Go fuck her. Go fuck him. And when it's not even really necessary. Like you don't have to do it.
Yeah,
you can just not. It's okay. You can just stay at home and read a book. It's perfectly fine. But no, that's probably why, in my mind, and a lot of girls' minds, I think our first instinct is when a guy cheats. Like you're in a relationship and the guy cheats, is either the girl wasn't doing a good enough job, or I guess it's one of the same, or the sex just got boring and the dude just decided, well, this is boring, so I'm gonna go find something else.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's what I was gonna ask you. Do you think that's true? Like from a male perspective, do you think that's true?
From the male perspective, for the most part, yeah. I guess guys.
Damn.
Like,
I thought he was gonna
like
sugarcoat it and be like, "Oh no, we still love you." It's just
I'm
nice.
not a big sugarcoater.
Yeah.
I'm really not. But yeah, I think guys can get bored with like their sex partner. I'm talking to a friend right now who's going through that, and I definitely kind of went through it. I wasn't bored of like us having sex. I was bored of her techniques, approach, attitude towards sex. It was kind of exhausting. Yeah. I was just like, all right, I kind of just want to have the kind of sex that I imagine in my mind that I know I can get, but I'm in this relationship, so I'm going to respect that boundary.
So you mean like as far as her attitude during sex was like, was she scared to do it? Was she like uncomfortable?
No, not the attitude during sex. Just like the attitude towards sex.
That's what I mean, though. Was it like she didn't want to do it? She was just like, whatever.
It just wasn't as like
eager.
Not even eager. It wasn't as like fiery and like
passionate.
Like I want it here and I want it now type shit. That's how I wanted.
Like urgency.
Yeah, like an urgency, just like, oh, like I'm hot and bothered, like let's go now, like type shit. Yeah. Or just like don't even talk. Just like we're just like sitting there, I don't know, she's writing a paper or some shit, just like slam her laptop closed and just like lay her down.
Just jump
like,
on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But nah, she wasn't like that. type. That kind of, I don't know, I guess exhausting. Just getting, it's not getting what you want sexually. Just like kind of being sexually dissatisfied. You know what I mean?
Okay, so just dissatisfaction.
Dissatisfaction. Yeah, that's the word.
Okay.
It's just exhausting. It's like what the fuck. Like I could definitely have what I want in my mind, but he's just not offering.
But did you have that conversation with her?
About yeah, honestly, but you know her.
God.
Extra sensitive. Just can't really say that she's wrong without her having some sort of a mental break or something. Another
I'm
reason.
gonna teach you how to speak less harshly, but go ahead.
Like I think guys naturally want to dominate their sex partner and their like sexual environment. You know what I mean? Like it kind of goes along with boredom. I guess they just want something different every time, want something new every time.
Every single time. Wow.
Maybe. And they want to see, like, they see some sexy girl on the street or whatever, or some coworker, and they want to know, like, hey, can I get her? And there's only one way to figure out if you can't get her, and that's by getting her. Or him.
I guess. I mean,
What are some reasons women cheat in your view?
well, I was gonna ask you first since you were already talking, because we already talked about the dissatisfaction thing. That seems to be the
That's a
main
general
thing.
yeah.
But like, what's like another? Do you think? Is it just like the hunt that you want? It's like, okay, I got this girl. She's in my basket.
So.
Let me
That's
go
one
get
of the
another one.
most
Throw that one in the
exciting
basket.
things about, like, pursuing women and pursuing sex. It's like the pursuit.
The pursuit.
The pursuit. Definitely, for sure. Just the pursuit.
Shut up.
So just being able to know that you still got it, I guess.
Yeah, but do you have to go all the way to cheating to realize that you still got it? Because you can just go out and just hang out, talk to some girls, and see if she can give you her phone number, and you can leave it right there, and that can tell you right there, okay, I can still get her.
I guess, yeah. Like,
but why is it have to go all the way?
I think like flirting while you're already in a relationship, I think that's okay. To the point of getting someone's number, I don't think that's really okay.
No, I don't think it is either. But
just like having like light, flirty kind of interactions with people, I think that's fine. That's just fun, honestly. Like I like talking to people, so I get that part when it comes to like flirting. But I don't know, getting someone's number, especially if you're talking to them after that, and you're in a relationship, that's pretty like awful.
I definitely call that cheating.
It's sinister. Yeah,
that's like you're acting on it at this point. Like you went out and made that happen. That's too much.
But I think there's definitely people that can't say no to sex or just can't say no, period, to like anything related to intimacy or promiscuity.
Well, that's a whole nother situation. That just means somebody didn't love them enough and they out here looking for somebody to fill that up. But as far as women, that can be one of the reasons women cheat because, the whole daddy issue situation. You want attention. And that's kind of how a lot of women get into that.
They get caught up.
Yeah, that whole narrative, I guess.
Getting used and abused, honestly.
I mean, yeah, but they don't care because they have somebody at night in the bed with them, holding them, making sure they're good, this, and that, and the third. And it may not necessarily
or just touching them.
That too.
Just a man touching them,
I know that's like, you heard of the 5 love languages and all that?
I think so. You told me about it before. You can go ahead and just...
Well, yeah. Well, one of mine is physical touch, like how you receive and express love. One of mine is physical touch. It's not necessarily sexual all the time, but to me, if there's somebody, if I can lean over and lay on top of you, or you can give me a hug, or this, and that, that's what I like. So sometimes women will really just say, okay, I'll give you this sex so that you can do this for me. And they may not even like the guy. It's just because...
It's just like a search for comfort or...
Yeah. And sometimes it happens in a relationship if the guy is, always at work, if he's gone all the time, if he's preoccupied, emotionally unavailable, this, that, and the third. But because the woman wants this comfort, all this love, all this stuff, she'll get it in 2 places. Because, double the fun. I didn't have any before, so now I got twice as much. So,
It's all over, and it's all up in the music too. You remember in high school, everybody was talking about like side chicks, side hoes, whatever, side pieces.
Yeah, I thought that was ridiculous to me. That was ridiculous to
That was
me.
like 2010 to like
Mm-hmm.
2013 or some shit. That was
Yeah,
ridiculous
we
to me
guys were
too. I didn't
young.
really get it, huh?
The whole side chick thing.
Yeah,
You
like
didn't get it. What's there not to get?
get why we were. To this day I don't get why we rap and like sing about all the shit that we do, like drugs and whatever. But
That's real
in
simple.
particular, I'm just talking like I don't get why we really have a bad approach to sex.
Yeah.
We have like a really terrible approach to sex, like what it
Definitely.
is, how to like be healthy, like how to have healthy sex and shit, like
Mm-hmm.
how to not let it be some kind of device or vice that just like
Controlling,
fills voids, yeah, just makes you control them, whatever. Like, because a lot of emotions come out during sex, like especially if you have an aggressive kind of style. If your aggression is fueled by actual anger of a situation or another person, like that shit's not healthy. Like
Yeah,
it
don't
might be like
do
really
that.
thrilling and like a little passionate, but it's like at the end of the day, you gotta work some shit out in your head.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons. One of the many reasons I was trying to wait till I had to have sex and all that,
Mm-hmm.
just because I understood from a pretty young age. Like I see what this is. I see that people aren't actually happy in these relationships. They just want somebody around.
Right.
So it's like, okay, I don't want to make the mistake of having sex with this person and imagining these feelings just because we're sleeping together. So that was another reason I was like, you know what, let me not do this until I make sure that this is for real, for real. And I'm glad I did wait because the person that I did it with, I wouldn't change that. He was a good person. He was all the way cool with it. But that's definitely, definitely not something to just do because you want somebody around. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Do not. I would not recommend it at all. I don't even like the whole like we've been dating for a few weeks. Let's try it now. I like to wait. Give me some months, because
I guess so.
Lord Jesus, I think it's cool to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's
But sex for you is like that's a line that's gonna be crossed.
Yeah, sex is
On
too.
purpose.
It's
Like,
too much of an intimate, personal, private, emotional thing to just be sharing with like wasn't Kenny down the street. You don't even know this man. It's like,
I know.
why? Why are you doing that?
Mm-hmm.
And no judgment to anybody, but
Yeah, I mean,
that's
if
something
you're
you
like
should really think about.
if you're like a free spirit sexually or whatever, like that's fine. I really don't give a damn. I'm not, I'm not talking down to you or anything, but we're just talking.
Yeah, that's just my personal opinion. I think I'm right, of course, because it's my opinion. But
Okay. Anyway,
so, I mean, that's what everybody's opinion is. They think they're right, so they're gonna share it.
I think a big source or a big reason of why we have a bad relationship with sex, just growing up, we don't really see good examples of a healthy, happy relationship, sexually, romantically, platonically, even a lot of time. Like, I know personally, growing up, people were just fighting all the fucking time for me. Like mom and dad arguing, just like I'm in my bed upstairs, fucking trying to sleep, and all I hear is mom and dad downstairs, like borderline yelling, and I'm just like, okay. I remember like sneaking down the steps and like actually listening and shit. I don't know why I did that.
Me either.
Kids, man. You're like curious.
I was always scared of that stuff. But go ahead.
Yeah, me too. It used to freak me out a little bit. Yeah, there's like bad examples growing up. What do you think? Like, what do you think is like a good
A good what?
story behind sexual promiscuity
Oh, I
in a
mean,
healthy way?
there's a lot of those, but honestly, it's just people are social creatures by nature, so you always want somebody around.
Mm-hmm.
And even further to the point, if there's somebody that you can share that very emotional, liberating experience with, then it's easy to just say fuck it and do it without any sort of caution or anything like that. So it could be a lot of things. It could be you didn't get enough attention at home. It could be, you just want to try something new. You're bored. It could be, a whole lot of things. And on top of that, sex is like shoved in everybody's face now. So
Yeah,
it's shown as a solution to problems when it's really a symptom of a problem.
about an estimate in your brand? How many? What do you think is like the census for how many people are addicted to pornography or just like sexual content, things
I don't understand how people get addicted to porn. I'm not even gonna
like
lie
that?
to you. I don't because you don't feel anything. Like with your eyes, you see, you get aroused and all that. But after a point, it's like
I think
I've been watching enough of this. I don't,
it's
I
just like a
mean,
rabbit
it's
hole
not
type
me.
situation. Like you can start off with the I don't know fucking webcam striptease type videos, and you go down further because you're not really getting the same hits anymore. From, sitting there and make yourself orgasm and shit like that.
I think that's like more of a just trying to
Slow down.
make yourself happy
Yeah,
situation. Like a whole, let me
for
just
sure.
get this dopamine real quick.
Yeah, or just like boredom. Not you like. I know, like personally speaking, I'd just be bored. I would honestly have things to do with my time and energy, but I'd just be like, oh, I'm just gonna sit here and fucking jack off. And then you do it, and afterwards you get that like they call it post nut.
I don't
You know
know.
what I'm talking about?
Daycare.
Post nut regret. Yeah.
Post nut regret.
Post nut regret.
I have seen these memes where they're like
Yeah, that's what
2
I'm
seconds
talking
after you nut, you look at the screen and like these bitches are disgusting.
Yeah, just like, oh, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Like, I definitely could have just gotten up out of my
They've
bed.
read that
and
book,
just
did
been
my
active.
homework,
Yeah, just
picked up my kids from school.
a little more productive.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's healthy. I think everybody like needs to masturbate, but
Okay.
not to the point where it's you do it to make yourself happy. Like to me, it's supposed to be you feel this urge, you don't have any other way to get rid of it, so that's what you do.
Right.
And when you're done, you're done. That's the way I see it. But maybe I'm just
I
a little
think
more.
it's a good way, like masturbation. I think it's a good way to study yourself sexually. Like, certain spots, rhythms, postures, I guess, positions.
Postures. It's a whole science to this, apparently.
Yeah, trust me.
Jesus Christ.
Sex is divine.
Well, I'm talking about by yourself. It's like,
Even still, that's sex.
I don't understand that. Because, okay, to me, this is how my brain works, right? I am heterosexual. So if I'm, by myself, I'm not attracted to girls. So it's like, I'm not about to do this whole
Unless you
experiment because I'm a girl. Like, I don't care. That's somebody else's job.
To study yourself. You learn to know yourself. Have a
No, I
different relationship, which is not a different relationship. But like,
no, we dating now.
yeah.
We together
Tap you
now.
on that.
Come here, girl.
Harder.
No.
Don't talk nonsense. But I think everyone deserves the right to explore themselves. Actually, that's what I'm looking
No, they definitely deserve it. Definitely, it's just not one of those things that I'm like I have to do.
It's like on your mind
I just
at all.
want to do it. I need to know. It's like it's really not. It's like I'd rather it happen with somebody else.
Okay.
Because to me, that's like building to something. I'm always gonna have myself, so why not throw somebody else in the pot? Somebody that I'm dating. But that's another thing. What if like I think an insecurity for everybody, especially guys, though I think is as far as cheating. I've heard this before, and I don't know if it's crazy or it's just like stupid. But the guy was like insecure about he had a girlfriend and he was trying to please her in the bed and all this stuff. But he was pretty new at it, so he would go out and be with other women to learn, so he could come back and then do a good job for his girlfriend.
In the strangest way, that's such an
like,
innocent. In the strangest way, that's such an innocent reason to cheat. In a very strange way, it's a very gray area type.
He's either like the most manipulative asshole there is out there trying to convince this girl, no, I'm doing this for you, baby. I'm fucking these other bitches for you. Or you just got to be the dumbest person on this planet to be like, you know what, let me just,
You think that's all around like a stupid?
Yes. You didn't have to finish the question. Because men know what they're doing. They try to convince women, play on our emotions. Oh, I did it for you, baby, because I love you. And blah, blah, blah. Like, shut up. No, you didn't.
Okay. Girls like it when guys have a higher body count than they expect. Or like have more experience.
I was going to say that. It's like a love-hate relationship for me. Because I've always been with guys who had a lot more experience than I did. And I liked it for two reasons. One, because obviously they must have been doing something right. And two, because obviously other women are attracted to them. And I don't want to be with somebody who nobody wants. So that was that. But at the same time, it's like, dang, everybody else knows the same feeling. So, like, I'm like last on the list. So it's good and bad. It's, you know,
I think girls do that anyway. That's what you said on higher.
that's true. But
I know for guys, like it's a double standard thing because a girl that gets around town is a whore, and a guy that gets around town is a Titan.
Titan the Titus. I don't know. I never understood that either. Like, it's the same thing, but it's not. It's, like, physically, we're both doing pretty much the same thing.
Right.
But to be honest, there's a difference between girls doing it and guys doing it.
What is
My
that?
personal opinion. Because guys are more designed to hunt. They're more designed to, I'm gonna go get this. I want this. I'm thinking about this, like all of this, this, and that. And the girls are designed to be like coy, hard to get. Like, I'm not gonna give it to you unless you deserve it, which I think is an admirable thing. So I think that's why it's seen that way. I think girls honestly should hold back a little bit. Like, don't just give it to them. Like, don't wrap it in a box and just throw it at the nigga. Just like make them wait for it, make them sweat for it. You know? 'Cause but honestly, because
Yeah.
you know, because plus we give it up too easy, then y'all like, all right, well, she easy. I'm trying to find somebody else because the chase is over, the pursuit is over. So that was quick, you know.
Do you think cheating itself is bad?
Yeah,
Like in all?
yeah. Honestly, because this it's a choice, no matter what the situation is. It's always a choice that you made, and as far as I know, everybody got common sense. So
What's your review on polygamy? We call it cheating, but like it's a strange
let me tell
word
you,
for the action of it.
polygamy is just a bunch of people who scared to get hurt. That's my honest
You
God
really
opinion.
think like
I honestly, wholeheartedly
is commitment necessary?
I think we're all born with this feeling like I don't want to be betrayed. Like this person said they love me. It's just us. Everybody has that
Is
feeling.
monogamy natural? In your view,
Yeah. Why
monogamy is
not?
natural.
Yeah.
Hell no, because I don't know. For one, there are more women in the world than men. If every man had a woman, there'd be left over a woman.
Mhm.
You know how I'm not a big Bible reader or anything like that. Even outside the Bible, there's multiple wives thing going on. Like people have multiple wives. Do you think that's wrong? Do you think that is like a show of fear? Like, oh, I got
I really do. I think the only way a sound woman, a woman who knows who she is going to share a man is because she's trying to do the same thing to him. It's not like a real relationship in my eyes. It's like, okay, I think it's this deeply rooted fear that women have. He's gonna go out and find somebody else. So if I just say he can do it, then I'm gonna force myself to be okay with it. That's what I think it is, honestly. Because
what if the dude's just like a king? Like,
what?
he like requires multiple.
Nobody requires
Like,
multiple.
I guess like concubine is the word. I guess
He can be cocky, but did you say cocky minded?
concubine.
Oh no, I mean, uh, I think that just feeds the dude's ego. Like, oh, she said I can do this, this, and that, and have all these other girls. So he's gonna take advantage of it. He's not gonna be like, oh, well, no, I only want you, baby, because now he can get all the other things that he wants.
He's got the green lights.
Mm-hmm. Even though it's technically not a green light. The
I don't
girls
know. I
just
really don't think monogamy is natural at all. Not for our species, at least.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think maybe it might be a little different because you haven't, well, from what you said, you haven't been like in love with somebody. So I think maybe once that happens, it'll change a little bit. Your opinion will change a little
I
bit.
guess so.
But yeah, no, I could never, like ever. Like if you ever hear me say something like, "Oh yeah, you can go out and fuck whoever wants to," this is not me. Somebody has kidnapped me and stolen my body. There's a clone in my body or something.
There's a clone in you.
Hell no. Hell no.
It's freaky. It's a clone.
No. I'm the type of girl like don't even look over here. If you look at him, I swear to God, I will jump across this table. Fuck you up. But I am like, I'm joking, but I'm not. I'm not into that whole like, let's flirt and see who can get the most girls, let's see who can get the most guys, anything like that. Like, I will kill you.
I don't know. In my mind, there's nothing wrong with polygamy at all. To me, I understand where you're coming from, where you think that like, I don't know, if a guy has multiple women, he has an issue with commitment. And I see where you're coming from. You say if a woman allows a man to have multiple partners, she's just scared and doesn't want to like give him up, I guess.
I don't think it's give him up. I was saying that the girl would allow him to go be with other people because she's got that deeply rooted fear that he's gonna do it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So she's just gonna take that hit to the chest and be like, all right, you can have them, but I still want to be here because I still want whatever the fuck this fake ass relationship is. But she just wants somebody. She knows she's gonna have to share. She thinks she's gonna have to share.
You think there's such thing as being selfish in love? Can you share your love?
That's what a relationship is, honestly.
Love is such a strange
sharing. Like, yeah, I think that's honestly what a relationship is. It's an exchange of love between two people.
Mm-hmm.
And, just navigating through it until you die. Obviously.
A growing together kind of affair?
Yeah. Yeah. Like, it's got to be two whole people. Each person has to be happy, has to love themselves, all that for it to work. Anyway.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And then once you get together, like, for instance, with you, we've been friends for a while. You're very confident in yourself. You have your off days, but you're very you. You're unapologetic about it. Shut up. And I'm kind of the same way, so we kind of bounce off of each other. Like when you feel a little lower, I'm like, nah, fuck that shit, and vice versa. So we're sharing each other's, I don't know, energy, I guess.
I mean, advocate for.
No, thank you. I'm good.
All right, moving on.
Yeah, but I was gonna ask you about what's the name? I don't want to say it the wrong way. That's why I'm laughing because I'm not trying to be like men are stupid, but you kind of are. But do you think like women? Well, let me ask you this first about the whole polygamy situation. Do you think it could be the other way around? Like a woman could have like 5 or 6 husbands. Do you think that's any different from a man having multiple wives?
Yeah, I think like damn. There's no real way to say this without like coming off. I'm just gonna have to leave people responsible for how they react.
Uh-huh.
But like, I think men having multiple partners is more. I'm gonna use the word natural again. The word justified sounds so wrong. Fuck your ears. I think men having multiple partners is a little more justified than women having multiple partners. Only because like
I'm giving him the screw face for all the women, just so you know. But go ahead. You gonna have to explain this one.
No, I already told you before. Like, I don't like to say things without having like my message clear, so I'm not just like saying shit. Like, I want to mean what I'm saying.
Just say it to me.
I don't know if a dude is competing with multiple men in a household rather than vice versa. I think the dudes are like they call me simps. You know that term?
I don't even know what that is.
Simps like a simple-minded man, I guess.
All y'all simple-minded for real.
But like dominance is like a grounded principle of masculinity. So like if you're if you have a man that's okay sharing his woman, I think I don't know. It doesn't even sound right when I say that. But if you have a woman that's okay with sharing her man with multiple women, I think that's all right.
No, it's not. Just explain that. It's not that she's okay with it. It's the
But
insecurity.
in the instances where she is okay with it, what do you think that
No,
is?
I don't think so. People do stuff they're not okay with all day if they do.
I'm saying in instances where that's an agreement. Aaliyah, R. Kelly.
I don't think that's what I'm saying. I don't think that's a real thing. I don't think it's ever a genuine agreement that I'm going to share this man that I love.
You don't think that's ever?
Ever. Ever.
That's crazy.
I think it's
Why
if
not?
you like a group of friends and nobody's together, nobody's dating, nobody's in love, y'all just want to get it on, cool. That's different.
What if she's like, I want this man. Like, I want this man. We have a genuine relationship. And I understand that this man has also like a desire to be himself or like be dominant and like have a relationship with another woman as well. You don't think like a woman can have a relationship with that other woman as well
Hell no.
in the same household as the man that she loves? They can all like have a relationship with each other.
Hell no. That does not work like that. Women don't even like to occupy the same space. Like that's those two can't even exist in the same conversation. If it's like a person, a woman who really knows themselves, knows their worth, knows all that stuff, that's never gonna happen.
In the case of like the Playboy Mansion, Hugh Hefner, and things like that,
Mm-hmm.
what were those girls thinking? Like they were all like they were all just like copping out. None of them wanted to be there.
It's not even they weren't like in a real relationship.
You don't call that a relationship.
It's
not a relationship.
And
What you're saying.
the way I see it, I don't think it could be. Because first of all, he's an old man. I'm sure he's very nice. He was very nice. Rest in peace, Hefner. But he was a very nice old man. I don't think he was like actually in love relationship with any of these women. I think it was just a play thing. Like everybody was friends and they just wanted to get free. That's what I think it was. It wasn't girlfriend, boyfriend.
And the money involved as well, maybe.
Of course, and money because they weren't together.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm gonna have to get my rhetoric together for what I'm trying to say. I don't even like the way I sound, like what I'm saying, but I have a point behind it. I just don't know how to. I don't know how to like convey.
Because I'm right. That's what it is.
Why are you trying to be right?
Because I'm not trying. I am.
No such thing as right.
Okay, because you said a man that shares his woman is what?
Like a bitch ass.
Right. So it's kind of the same thing for women. She's a pussy in the sense that she's too weak to say, "I want you
men
for
and women
myself."
have different roles in society, and like a woman. If men and women have different roles in society, and like,
Waiting.
in the sense of like, all right, so let's get down to this conversation that we've had personally, like more than once. Are men and women equal?
Here we go with
No.
this shit.
In terms of like real world, like this physical world, this physical realm that we occupy, no, I think men are above women in the sense of like survival and in the sense of like doing what it takes to like be here to live, resources.
You always say that. Why is it not like
What?
Different but equal? Because you're just saying men are higher in this one aspect, but that makes them higher.
I mean, generally, in terms of like where we live, generally.
I mean, yeah, but then you're making it specific. It's not general anymore. You're saying to survive, men are higher, which makes them better, which is not the case.
For being here, yes.
For being here, yes, but in general, we are equal. Because you can't have one without the other.
Okay.
So, what are you trying to say?
Did I disagree that in general,
you said
men and women are?
You said they're not equal. That's what I'm saying.
In terms of here.
Yeah, you got to lead with that
That's
though. No, you got to lead with that.
I don't know. I'm going to turn this back, and I'm really going to get you an ass about this. You always do this.
Because you always say it the wrong way.
But I mean, no one's anything without woman though. Like you can have the seed, but y'all like the soil that the seed needs to be planted.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, it's equal. So what are you talking about? You done?
Yeah.
He always gets an attitude when we talk about women. But as far as back to cheating, you think women cheat more or men cheat more?
I think women cheat more.
What?
I think so.
Why?
I think so for sure. Just because y'all act like y'all don't.
We act like we don't cheat
Mhm.
more. What? What does that even
In
mean?
general, y'all like have this very
What?
clear benefit of the doubt scenario when it comes to anything in life.
That's because y'all dumb.
Huh?
That's just because y'all dumb.
But like in general, I think y'all cheat more. And y'all definitely more like sexually minded than men. We may we may act more on our inclinations for sex per se and be a little more out there with it, but that's just because women are more naturally hidden with their desires and what they do. Women will like do things and just like not want people to know. Like if dogs are men and cats are women, dogs just like go shit outside. That's what needs to happen. They shit. A cat will want his own little box of sand and shit so that they can go privately shit.
I think that's a sneaky thing. I think it's just a private thing. It's just something that everybody
for
doesn't need to
reputation's
see.
sake. Women care more about their reputation than men. In terms of just like,
I kind of disagree with that.
nah, definitely.
Because a
Women
men
care
is
more
like,
about their reputation. A man will succeed and have a terrible reputation, and a woman will succeed and have a truly terrible reputation. And a woman will care a lot more about that than a man does.
I
Like
don't know.
the successful ones will be useless to her without the reputation.
I really feel like it's the opposite because men, they're very like, you're supposed to be the leaders, this, and that. So if something goes wrong, it's your fault. You know, you're the ones that's supposed to leave the legacy, this, and that, and the third. So if that's messed up, I feel like that hits a man's ego more than it would a woman. I think women are more capable of the whole bounce back situation.
Yeah,
I think
hop
so.
off one branch and land on another.
What?
Bounce
Are you
back
asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking like bounce back how? Because you're like just
Bounce back
stating
from
things
like,
and not giving any kind of like.
you're the only
ground
one who
behind
doesn't get this, I feel. But like bounce back as far as because we got to deal with a lot of shit. Like we can break down, cry, and tomorrow will be good because we got it out of our system. Or this dude can be dogging us out. We find out and take 2 weeks and then we back. We back to glowing, shining. This, that, and the third. I feel like men take stuff a little bit harder than women, and they hold it in, so it makes them more. It breaks them down over time. But as far as women, we're good at flushing stuff out and starting over. But because men like to not act like they don't have feelings, they just hold it inside, and over time, they just start to crumble away until there's nothing left. So they snap. That's
It's
what I
not
think.
like men's fault for that though.
It's not the men.
No, not necessarily. There's a lot of history and stuff that goes behind that. I can't fucking think about it now, but personally speaking, like I know that men are very emotional. Like we do things. We're very everybody's motivated by their like inner world or inner emotional shit like that. But the way a man approaches it, for sure, is different than how a woman would approach it. Be a little more incognito with it. Act like it didn't hurt. For real, we just like lost a part of ourselves.
Yeah, but why do you lie about that though? That's what I don't understand.
We get taught that we're supposed to be like hard.
But is it not then your job to learn the opposite once you realize that?
Y'all do.
It's the truth, though, isn't it? I mean, it's
It
not
is the
our
truth,
problem.
like-
We did it.
It's not our problem. It's not the fact. It's not the fact that it's our problem. It's the fact that it's a thing.
It's a thing until you make it not a thing. I think that's just accountability. I don't even think that's a man thing. Like you can sit here and blame the world for your problems, but once you realize there's a problem and you don't fix it, now it's your fault because you chose not to fix it.
I'm gonna tell that to all the
You
feminists.
you don't agree with that?
I do, but I'm just saying, like, go and tell all the feminists, like, tell that to them, like, hey, it's not the world's fault, it's your fault, not everybody. Especially
Well,
in
nothing
terms
is
of
true
like
for everybody.
mainstream like neo-feminism and things like that.
I don't. We always have this debate. I think Malcolm somehow has reached this group of fake feminist people, and now he's convinced that that's what they are, when it's really not.
That's what I'm saying in terms of like the like neo mainstream feminism things like that.
Just for like a point of reference, I guess. You know, like the whole Black Lives Matter thing. Everybody with sense knows that the Black Lives Matter movement is not saying that we don't care about anybody else. We're just saying right now, it just stop killing black people. Everybody within the common sense realm understands that. So to switch that to the feminism side, I think he sees it more as what everybody says about Black Lives Matter. Like, what about all lives matter? I think that's where he is with it now because he's not in the.
In terms of the neo-feminist movement, yes.
Why are you even incorporating that if you know it's ridiculous stuff? Like, why are you even? Why is that even a thought?
That's what like is the mainstream thing. That's like what's like. Of course, there's the actual root of feminism, like whatever, like egalitarianism and things like that. But what the world is doing with right now, in terms of everyone, is neo-feminism.
I definitely disagree with that. I think it's just getting more attention because it's so ridiculous and people are starting to believe it. Like,
so you like agree with me?
What it is.
You just did. You just agreed with me. It's getting more attention. That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm going to talk about. So go ahead and get your rebuttal out of the way.
But why talk about that if you know that that's not the root of it? Why talk about the branch?
Because it's current.
Okay, but we're not talking about what's current.
We're not talking about what's current.
No.
Go on. We're not talking about
that was a whole statement. That was a whole statement.
We're not talking
because to me it doesn't make sense. Like if you know that this is just a hyper socialized thing right now, why are you treating it like it's not? Like why not just be like, okay, obviously that's ridiculous.
It's a huge influence.
Let's deal with this.
It's a big influence.
It is, but it seems like you're feeding into it as if it's true or you know the end all be all when you know it's not. It's kind of weird. Anyway, definitely got off topic with that one. But as far as cheating, just don't do it because it sucks and you're hurting other people for no reason. If you don't want to be with somebody, just get out of the relationship. Just get out. Because like, don't stop lying to yourself, saying, you know, oh, I want to be with her, but you know, I just want time to myself. Like you can't have both. You know you want time to yourself. Stop lying, saying you want to be with this girl, this, that, and the third. Just don't be with her or him. You know, both sides.
Women are crazy, and you should not fuck with their feelings.
That too. Definitely that too. I don't even get offended by the whole crazy thing anymore. I think I've realized that it's okay to be kind of crazy.
For sure.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, I think that's a key thing when it comes to if you ever had an experience of being cheated on, or if you're being cheated on right now, you're kind of going through that. You gotta love yourself first before you put yourself in someone else's pocket. Mm-hmm. They can definitely forget about you when they're doing their laundry and just throw you in the laundry machine and drown their ass. Not give a shit.
On the flip side of that, you got to be with somebody who actually loves themselves. Cause that is another reason why people cheat. They just feel like they're a piece of shit and they don't deserve this relationship. So they're just going to go out and do whatever they want to do. So don't step into that trap. See the red flags, and once you see them, don't ignore them like everybody does and be like, oh, I didn't even see that. Yeah, you a liar. Don't do that. Just step away from it because you're going to end up crying with a bucket of ice cream in your face in the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're cheating on somebody, stop because it's not cool. Just leave it alone. Just
like so we'll just talk about it.
Or talk about it if you feel like it can be said. Personally, if the person does it more than one time, then you're an idiot for staying with them. After the second time, just let them figure out whatever they've got going on because it's not worth your peace of mind thinking you got to check his phone, you got to follow him in the car, you got to go over at work, you got to, you know, do this, that, and the third. You don't need all that. So if it happens twice, just get out. Whatever the situation is. Like I know you watch Love and Hip Hop. Probably not. There's this lady on there, Rashida. If I'm remembering correctly, her husband cheated on her the first time, and they went through this whole thing. She kicked him out of the house. Blah blah blah. He came back. He said he learned his lesson. And then he did it again and had a baby with the other girl. And she came back again. So that's like, okay, you know, I felt bad the first time. It was cool. Now it's just like you can tell that she's desperate for, you know, this relationship. She needs somebody with her just because she doesn't want to be alone. Because she's a successful person. She's got money. She's got her own kids. She's got her own life. But I think she just wants somebody around, you know. But and I love her to death because she's a really dope person. But don't be an idiot.
You don't blame yourself. Like it's really nobody's fault. It's just at its core, I think a miscommunication thing.
I don't
Because
even agree with that. It's
over
nobody's fault.
relationships, nobody's fault. Yeah, I don't think it's
It's
anybody's
not
fault.
the person who cheated. It's not their fault.
I don't think so. I don't think
What?
I think with a lot of situations, blame can really be omitted. It's just a fact of things that happen this way because things were not discussed openly. There was like lies beneath the surface and whatever.
I'm not even gonna pretend like to agree with that. That's like completely opposite to me. What? How's it not their fault? If somebody is in a relationship, they know they're in a committed relationship, chooses to go out and cheat. How is it not their fault? Because they were hurt inside.
Mainly, what I'm conveying is not the person who was cheated on fault.
No, the person who's cheating. I said.
I know what you said, but you don't.
Just talk before you get an attitude.
We already got attitude.
He's always upset.
It's not the cheater's
He
fault.
called women crazy. Go ahead.
It's not the cheater's fault because, like, I don't know, they're gonna have their own shit to deal with in that little karmic cycle that they opened up for themselves. So, I don't know, just blaming people for shit. Just don't do it. Don't blame yourself though. Just don't blame anything. Just realize that it happened because this, that, and the third.
Because they did.
Just try to move on.
So you telling me if two people are in a relationship and the guy goes out and just fucks somebody just for whatever, it doesn't even matter what the reason is. You telling me that it's not his fault? I'm talking to you, sir.
I mean, what's not his fault?
Cheating, going out and cheating. What do you mean?
I mean, yeah, he did it, but like nobody's at fault in the situation. He did it. Like, of course, he did it, and it's like not a very positive thing to do. But he's not at fault. It's just something that he did that had a negative consequence to it in terms of their relationship. Otherwise, it was just sex that was not really supposed to happen within the context of whatever they were sharing or thought they were sharing.
But it's not a thought. But like I'm saying, what if the lines are clearly defined in the relationship? Like when we are together, just us, and he goes out and does it. Or she, either way. I'm not understanding.
You keep asking me the same question
Because I don't understand how you come to this conclusion.
It's just not a good thing to blame people for shit. It's really not. Don't blame. Don't say, "Oh, it's his fault. It's her fault." Like, sure, she cheated on him. That's her fault. He cheated on her. Sure, it's his fault. I don't think you get anywhere with that. I think it's better to just approach the situation from, all right, clearly he wanted this, but he told me that he really wanted like me and me alone. So he was just a liar. I'm going to be a little more receptive and like scrutinizing.
That's a lot.
I'm just saying.
I don't understand.
My point is that blaming is not a solution. Like,
I'm not saying
get anyone closer to like healing or anything.
I'm not saying that it's a solution. Of course, it's not a solution, but I mean, it's their fault. You can compare that to any situation. People getting shot out in El Paso. You saying it's not the gunman's fault that they did?
Yeah, he killed him.
Yeah, so it's the same thing. He went out and fucked this bitch. So how is it not his fault?
Yeah, he cheated on her.
But that's his fault though. Like he had the fault. He made the fault. He made the mistake.
Yeah, he did the action that led to the bad thing. Sure, but I don't think anyone's at fault. I don't know how to describe this any further. Honestly,
what? All right, let's just leave it this. We're gonna revisit this.
Like there are consequences for the action, but I don't think anyone's at fault.
Jesus, for everybody else out there, listen to me because I'm right. It's his fault or your fault if you went out and cheated because you knew you wasn't supposed to do it. So go and fix it if you can. But I want to come back to this conversation when you have a girlfriend or something to see if you feel the same way.
It wouldn't be her fault. It's just like she just didn't communicate. She wasn't honest, and now whatever we had whatever it is because of what she did.
Yeah, but
I'm going to let her go.
that's the key though, because of what she did.
Yeah, and that's fine. But I don't think
It's
she's
not fine.
Yeah, it is fine.
What?
It's life. Because it's life. Like, shit
It's not
happens.
though.
It's fine.
It's a
Shit
decision.
happens.
It's not supposed
It
to
was
be
a
that
decision.
way.
Yes, it was a decision. It's
So-
supposed to be.
But that
Nothing
doesn't
ever
make
is supposed to be.
sense. That doesn't make any sense because you could apply that to every part of your life. Like nothing is my fault. Like nothing is their fault. It just happened. But it's not true.
Mhm.
The decisions you make every day build your life.
Yeah.
So
I don't think you should ever
What?
approach things from it was my fault. I think you should approach it from like the view of here's what I need to do. Here's like of like change. Like okay, I did this. It didn't work out that way. Instead of being like, oh, it's my fault, you should just be like, okay, I just need to change my blank in order for X to become Y and then Z.
But even before that, you gotta have the whole conversation where I'm sorry, this is what happened.
Right.
Blah blah blah. That's where the fault comes in.
Okay.
Because you wouldn't be apologizing if there was nothing wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So it had to be somebody's fault. I mean, like, what? This is the most ridiculous conversation I think I've ever had.
It's not giving you what you want. I guess I don't know. It's nobody's fault.
How
It happened.
Okay.
Like it
What is-
happened that way.
What is fault to you? What is fault to me?
Fault
It's
to
a
me?
mistake. It's a wrongdoing.
I don't know. Fault to me is like
Oh shit.
you never plugged it in.
Nope.
Like we don't know how to approach our emotions because like growing up for the most part we just get taught like we start crying as a young boy like hold it don't cry hold this shit in blah blah blah. So we do that and we do that our whole lives. And suddenly it comes to the point where like okay we need to stop doing this guys we need to stop doing this we need to like get help from people to understand how to approach it. And then we come up to the girl start talking like that she's like oh, I need help you just do it yourself and it's like okay like turns to this weird loop that's like all right y'all want us to like be better men and shit like this shit like that and we're trying to be but when we like expose ourselves in this way, we get pointed out as weak and shit like that. And that's why we do this like holding into like, like yeah, fuck that, I'm gonna go home and make my
I hear that, but that's true for everybody. Nobody wants to be seen as weak or anything like that. But at the end, you have to take responsibility and put yourself around people who are actually going to help you and not go inside and be weak and well, she wouldn't let me do it because blah, 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 blah. Just go find somebody who will. That's leading back to accountability. I'm not going to sit here and be miserable for anybody. All right, if you don't want to help me, fuck it. I'm going to find somebody else. That's just my attitude toward the situation.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause if you do that, you're going to be doing that forever. You're always going to find a reason why, well, she didn't come for me the right way and he didn't say the right thing, so now I'm not gonna do it.
Mm.
Stuff like that. But yeah, just don't be so passive about it. I guess just
Pass it
make
over.
a decision to make the change no matter what.
Mm-hmm. I think of passivity. It's a thing of sharing. Like emotions, I think are meant to be shared and expressed.
They are with the right people. You can't just throw it at anybody. That's
I mean,
what I'm
right.
saying. So if you with a girl who's like, well, can you just do it yourself? That's obviously not the person you're supposed to be talking to. I mean, that seems like a simple conclusion to come to. Let me not talk to the bitch that's yelling in my face. That's a good idea. But at the same time, don't use girls as a crush either.
Like, don't use people.
Well, yeah, people in general. Don't be like, well, I don't want to feel anything, so I'm just gonna put all of this on you. Like that's not fair either. You gotta have personal responsibility for your emotions and stuff.
What are some of the main reasons you keep hearing like dudes ain't shit, niggas ain't
I
shit? Some of the
tell
main
you exactly about the same thing you just explained. Ain't nobody raising y'all. So every generation just get worse and worse and worse to the point where everybody's numb to everything, especially men. I think because you already are kind of born with that less emotional thing compared to women anyway. All it takes is for one man to leave his son, and he don't know. Now the son's like, I don't know how to be a man. What am I supposed to do? So he just gonna follow us on TV or whatever fucked up dude is around him, and then he gonna have a son. Then he gonna have a son. Then he gonna have a son. Now we sitting here with these people. I'm not gonna keep talking about y'all, but people who don't know how to love themselves, how to be a man. So now it falls on us to be like, I got to do all of this shit. Like, goddamn, I don't want to do that because we got our own stuff to deal with. But
on the flip side, a lot of mothers keep their fathers away from niggas. Actively.
that's true. That's a whole other problem. That could be for the same problem. Because if the daughter never had a father, she doesn't know how to be in relationship with a man. So now the only way she knows how to get his attention is by holding the baby. Because now he's gonna come see her because she got the baby. So I mean, it's kind of the same root issue.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of time, explain this to me, like honest answer, completely honest answer. Do you think, at your core, in your heart, that men are equal parents? Well, dads are equal parents to mothers. I didn't think so. I feel like a lot of men
You
feel
sound so
like that.
cocky.
Because I'm right. What do you mean?
It's like being right. Okay, I'm starting.
I don't like being right. I just am. It's just a fact.
But like,
It's
explain
what it
yourself.
is.
Like,
So, like, I don't think it's true, but I think a lot of people feel this way because the mother carries the baby and this, that, and the third. But if you believe in your heart as a father that you're not as important as the mother, you're gonna feed into that and it's gonna manifest. And 9 times out of 10, what happens is the dude just leaves because he's like, well, they don't need me. She got this handled. I wasn't even a real parent anyway. And then generation after generation, it just gets worse. To they don't even bother to come see the baby. It's just like whatever. Of course, not everybody, but a lot of people, white, black, Chinese, all of that.
I only agreed just because of, well, only said no to the question, but saying that like, especially in terms of early development, let's say until they're like 6, 5 or whatever, like the woman is definitely has a higher role to play than the man in terms of caretaking and feeding, breastfeeding, being a light voice around, like soothe and cool the baby, whatever, when they're crying at night. But I don't know, you omit either parent, and there's going to be drastic consequences anyway. So not even put in a hierarchy to say that women are like, more important in being present in the child's life. It's just that they do play a little more of a vital role, especially in the early years.
I do. I think like fresh out, yeah, maybe. But no, I wouldn't even say till 6. I think the baby can feel as much as the mom's present as it does the dad's because they can hear both of your voices. It's half of you. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Of course.
honestly, I think it's from the beginning because it's nice to have that soft, cushy, oh, you're my little baby, blah, blah, blah. But it's also nice to have that, okay, I know this dude is not going to let anything happen to me. I know he's going to show me what to do, how to do it, this, that. I think it starts, I mean, fresh out too, because babies can feel that energy just because they can't speak it. Fresh out of prison, you know. No, I think it's equally as important. But the thing that gets me is I can't piece together why men feel this unimportant when look at what the fuck is happening when you don't have a dad. Like what?
There's
How
a
you
lot
not
that goes on
understand?
behind it. Like people don't realize that like when it comes to like all right, throwing it out there again, like women are kind of crazy, right? Right? Like women are kind of
Whatever.
crazy. Like y'all can kind of make like really split decision, hairpin turn decisions out of nowhere, and not really like consult the other person that's involved. Like the court system definitely favors the mother over the father, no matter what. For some reason, to this day, like that's just how it is. So, like women will genuinely just keep the father away from the kids, and vice versa.
uh, I mean, I think the judicial system just kind of followed the social stigma of fathers aren't as important as mothers. I think they just kind of fell into line with that. It's not true by any means necessary. There's a lot of fucked up moms out here, but it's easier to take advantage of men when they already feel like they're not as important as the mother. So they just kind of let it happen. A lot of them let it happen because they already feel like, well, what am I really
We
gonna
just
do?
gotta rock with what we give her too. Like we just
No, you don't though.
kind of do. As men, that's how we like approach it. We're just like, all right, like this is what the world's giving me. I gotta make my best of it, and I just can't be a bitch and start complaining.
Oh well, that yeah, but I was saying more like I like a guy who's like sounds gross, but like balls to the floor. Like don't be a bitch. It's like if you don't want to take it, go say something. Be a man and say something. Because at the end of the day, the woman's gonna 9 times out of 10 listen to you because that's all at the core. I think we really want. We want somebody who's gonna put their foot down and say, "This is not about to happen." So cut the shit. But the lines are so blurred now that it's just it's all over the place. It's hard to tell.
Lines of what?
The lines of women can't say I want a man to leave me because you're gonna hear it from this side from all the strong independent women, whatever, whatever. You don't need no man. Fuck these niggas, blah blah blah. Nah, I want one, please. Like please come take care of my house. And on the other side of that, you got these egotistical dudes who's like, yeah, you want me to do this, this, that, and they don't know what the hell they're doing. So it's hard to find the balance between those two. Kind of what I'm saying. It's a whole conversation. It's a whole. I'm not about to give it. But yeah. Whew. So if you're a dad out there, you're not taking care of your kids. Go get your kids, man. Like, please, just go do that.
They can try until they hit that court system.
That's the thing. There's all type of ways to fight it. You don't have to sit there and be like, "Oh, well, she went to court." There's ways around everything.
Ways to fight it, but at the end of the day, it really is a losing battle. On like the men's side of just like child custody and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
All the woman gotta do is just like honestly just show up to court too, and then pretty much a wrap from there. Like she's gonna have the kids if she is like if that's her like fight in court. Like I want the kids. Like I don't around.
Well, even past that, then if you can't do it the legal way, there's always a way to talk to this woman. There's always a way. Because at the end of the day, all she wants is for you to be a man. That's all it is. We ain't gonna say that because if we gotta say it, then you only doing it because we said it. But this is all you got. What?
No.
That's all you gotta do. Stop being so weak about it. Just go up there, go to her house, go take her to lunch, whatever neutral situation you got, and you say, "You're not about to stop me from seeing my child. This is the end of that. It's a wrap." it's over. And if you say it the right way, she's not gonna let the shit happen. Well, if she's like gonna fucking stab you, like if she's crazy, like she's actually crazy, then go about it a different way. If she's like a normal woman, she's just angry, she's just mad. That's all it is. Honestly, this is the truth of the situation. I'm giving you key facts here. She's just upset. She probably regrets having the baby with you. That might hurt, but you know, whatever the case is. And the only way to get back at you is with the baby. So if you eliminate that, then you don't have a problem anymore. And I know girls probably would hate me for this, but there's something in women that wants to be submissive. It wants to be like led. Just
I'm not gonna hate you for is talking the truth.
Huh?
I don't think they're gonna hate you for is talking.
Because I'm exposing the jewels. That's what it is. Exposing the keywords, the keys. But it's not the most comfortable feeling. But I think it's in all women. So just as long as it's the right dude, he says it the right way, he's respectful, he's not like a dick. Then
I say like that. He's not really being a dick.
A whole different thing.
Like, he's not really being a dick.
I mean, there's a difference between being stern and being a dick. Like, don't call me out my name or nothing like that. But
I never got done with an unstern dick.
Shut up. No, as long as it's respectful, but tough love, then it'll work out. Honestly, that's all.
Any last takeaways?
Takeaways for cheating. I kind of covered that already. Just if you're thinking about doing it, don't do it, or break up with the person and then go fuck who you gonna fuck. And if you've been cheated on, obviously it's not your fault. You're not not good enough, nothing like that. That's absurd. It's just whatever that person is dealing with in their mind, whether they're insecure or bored or whatever. It's nothing to do with you.
It's nobody's fault. She did her, he did him. If they cheated on you, don't harbor on it.
I'll agree with that.
Love.
I'll agree with that.
Don't waste it on hate somebody.
True. Well, we kind of turned this into a fatherhood conversation, so you want to... Yes?
Fatherhood.
We just talked this whole conversation.
No, I mean, what do you want me to...
I was saying tips about,
I'm not
fathers.
A father,
You're not, but you can give some sort of something. By the way, neither of us have kids.
Yeah.
Probably should have said that, but
I got a friend right now who's getting ready to have a kid in about a week or two.
Dang, it's that quick.
It's about to be like a week or two.
I won't go say anyway. Go ahead.
Less than 2 weeks easily, but I don't know. He's showing me that he's not wavered a bit. He's pretty awesome for that. I told him last time I saw him, dude, I'm telling you, you're doing a really great job. You got this place. They didn't get the house on their own, but they're kind of hooked up. But they got baby room all set up and shit. She's still working. He's always present, making sure she's good. He's working. He got
she's still
2
working?
jobs. Yeah, she works at a hospital.
Damn. Okay, good.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to be emotionally logical. Emotionally and not emotional. Emotion and logic are two poles. Be emotionally healthy. Have a good relationship with everything. I've seen so many dudes, even just fucking Bowie Merlin, dog. It's full of grown boys. It's a bunch of grown boys. They think just because they got money, they're cool or whatever. But they're just kids running around just on Instagram and Snapchat all the fucking time, 30, 40 years old. Sagging their jeans and shit like that. Yeah. What else?
Okay. As far as the whole fatherhood thing, I grew up, my dad wasn't really around. I know who he is and all that stuff, but he wasn't present. It would be months sometimes where I wouldn't see him, wouldn't hear from him, stuff like that. So if Malcolm keeps saying my feet stink, even though they don't. So anyway, I would say you're just as important as the mother. What anybody says, the baby wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you, both of you. But of course, you have to be included in that process. So be honored by that, and stick around because they're literally a part of you. You have to teach them and navigate them through that part of themselves because you've been living with it this whole time. So, you can pass it on to them, pass it on every piece of knowledge you have, and above all, we want you around. Like, obviously, we wouldn't have a baby with you if we didn't want you around. So, just, stop thinking so much and just come over. Like, what the fuck? It's pretty much it.
Just come over.
It's like, you're their dad. You don't have to ask me. Just come. Anyway, I'm not making rules for your house. We're going to sign off now. This has been a nice long podcast. You can leave comments for any topics you want us to talk about, but we have quite a few more lined up. But leave your comments about cheating, fatherhood, this, and that. And let us know if you want shorter podcasts, longer podcasts. And I was thinking about doing like video podcasts, like where you can actually, where you can actually see us.
I'm definitely gonna get some like friends on here to talk.
Oh, that too.
Like electronically and in person.
Yeah. Get some friendly people.
Everything I say is like
because you don't say it right.
Fucking peanut guy.
Because Malcolm,
you don't let me finish.
It's not even that. The reason I don't let you finish is because it's gonna get worse. I already know that. It's gonna go downhill. I'm trying to say.
You gotta agree for it to be valuable information.
I don't agree with anything, honestly. I know that. Mm-hmm. I was just saying, someone's gonna fucking run up on here and be like, "He's a woman hater," and blah blah blah.
Been there, done that.
See, that's what I'm trying to stop you from. Anyway, it's been a long podcast, so you guys enjoy your night. Any closing thoughts?
No. I'll see you guys later. Okay. I'm tired as fuck.
Peace out.
Yo.